What if I told you a barista or a student or, I don't know, even Jane Fonda could be appointed to the board of a company that oversees $90 billion in investments that belong to all Albertans, including $18 billion currently in the Heritage Savings Trust Fund? Well, you would probably tell me I was out of my mind because there are obviously a whole bunch of rules in place to prevent that sort of thing from happening, right? Wrong. There were those rules in place, but now those rules are gone. The NDP repealed them and replaced them with nothing. Last week, the NDP quietly removed the section of a law that protects Albertans from political meddling and, well, sheer incompetence on the board of an arm's-length crown corporation called the Alberta Investment Management Corporation, or AIMCO for short. Now, most people don't know what AIMCO is or what it does, and the NDP, well, they're counting on that. That corporation, AIMCO, exists to grow Albertans' shared assets, $90 billion of them. And AIMCO is supposed to do it without meddling by government. And they're supposed to manage our assets using the most qualified people possible. That's their job, just like any other financial broker, make us rich. And it's been good so far, but like anything in Alberta that wasn't broke, the NDP are trying to fix it anyway. Just like the electricity system. The NDP tried to fix that. Now we have lawsuits, a deleted email scandal, and money just bleeding out all over the place from the balancing pool. Now the NDP have removed two sections, sections 5 and 6, right in the middle of the law governing AIMCO. These are the sections that protect Albertans' shared assets from government and their useless crony friends. Let me show you the sections the NDP removed behind closed doors. Section 5 is completely gone. It was about qualifications of the people that could be appointed by the finance minister to the board of AIMCO. Section 5 used to read, individuals appointed to the board must have proven and demonstrable experience and expertise in investment management, finance, accounting, or law, or experience as an executive or a director in a senior publicly traded issuer. Yeah, so now that that's gone, any Yahoo, regardless of experience, can be appointed to the AIMCO board, a student who lives at home, a barista, an anti-oil activist, a social justice warrior with a hate-on for capitalism and a Che Guevara shirt. Anybody, really. All the rules are gone. And then the NDP repealed Section 6, which had additional protections against government meddling in AIMCO. Section 6 said that the committee that selects the people for the minister to appoint must also have at least 3 people, each of whom must have proven and demonstrable experience and expertise in investment management, finance, accounting, or law, or experience as an executive or a director in a senior publicly traded issuer. That rule is totally gone now too. So now Joe Ceci, the social worker turned finance minister, the man who got Alberta's credit downgraded a handful of times already, can pick whomever he wants to sit on the committee to select the appointees to send him for approval. Now both the appointees to AIMCO and the committee who chooses those appointees can be any old NDP crony, regardless of qualifications or history or experience. And these are the people who are going to be in charge of $90 billion in assets owned by all Albertans. Think that scenario sounds a little too nutty, even for the NDP? We need only look at the appointment of anti-oil activist Tzeporah Berman to co-chair the Oil Sands Advisory Group. Berman herself spent a lifetime protesting every single drop of oil pulled from the ground here in Alberta. Yet Rachel Notley put her in charge of the future of Alberta's oil industry. Social workers, Marxists, and baristas in charge of Alberta's nest egg, handing it out to every Solinger type that comes to them with their green hat in hand. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. To learn more about Tzeporah Berman, that anti-oil fox in the henhouse Rachel Notley put in charge of the oil industry here in Alberta, go to fireberman.ca where you can sign our petition.